way we presently swing the golf club is a direct result of how we perceive the golf swing. In this video, I'm going to give you my perception of the golf swing. The perception will be a logical and natural means of controlling the result, which is the ultimate goal of all of us who play the game. We all want to make good golf shots consistently, and to know the causes of those good shots. The principles of the swing motion apply to all golfers, left or right-handed, male or female, young or old. I have presented my theories to physiologists and biomechanists, and they agree that the laws of physics and the body movement can happen naturally in the swing motion. The golf swing is based on centrifugal force. The trunk of the body is the center of the force. Control the center to control the motion. The arms, hands, and the golf club merely extend from the center symmetrically. A proper starting position and a proper finishing position allow the momentum of the mass, that is, the arms, hands, and the golf club, to flow as it may during the swing. This results in a perfectly natural and mechanically sound swing motion. I divide the swing motion into two general categories: voluntary actions, which are skills to be learned, and involuntary actions, which are the movements in the swing that happen naturally. The voluntary positions are: the starting position, stance in relation to the target, alignment in relation to the target, proper posture, natural arm extension, the formation of the grip, ball location relative to the body. The finishing position. The body in natural height, maintaining the flex in the left knee. The body facing the target, knees, hips, shoulders, and the head. In perfect balance. Weight 100% on the left foot, evenly distributed. The hands and wrists in the same formation as in the starting position. Coming to a proper finishing position assures the desired result. Remember, golf is a target game. The skills to be learned are the voluntary actions, the loading or the backswing motion. Starting with the weight evenly distributed, rotate the body around the trunk, with 75% of the weight transferring to the inside of the right foot. All parts of the body are moving in unison. The unloading motion. To reverse the direction in which the club is traveling, transfer the body weight to the finishing position, in balance, with 100% of the weight on the left foot. Rotate to load. Transfer weight to the finishing position to unload. There are two pivot points in the golf swing. The head is not one of them. The head has no purpose in the golf swing. It simply goes where the body takes it. The pivot points are the right foot, while loading, and the left foot will unloading to the finishing position. The only other voluntary skill to be learned is to find the proper body position relative to the ball location, which will allow the ball to get in the way of the club face, while the starting position is being connected to the finishing position through the loading and unloading motions. Form follows function. Now let's take a look at the starting position. And I want to state your starting position allows you to create the desired result. Now first we've got to identify the target. This is your alignment going directly to the target. So we set in, we take our alignment, and from that position we want to take a look at the stance. You'll find that the right foot is at right angles to the target. The left foot will be somewhat open to the target. Now depending on the individual's flexibility, we want to run into a resistance in the knee and the hip that stops the body directly on the target while we're completing the swing. The next thing we want to look at is our posture. Posture is defined as the attitude of the body and mind. We want to have a slight flex in the knees, a natural flex, a slight bend from the waist to allow the arms to hang in a natural extension. Beyond that, we've got the formation of the grip. We start with the hands opposing one another, as in prayer. Now, the club is placed in the left hand where it's running diagonally across the palm. When we close the last three fingers of the left hand down, it's pushing the butt end of the club into the meaty part of the hand. You notice that the thumb and forefinger are together, and the thumb is directly on top of the shaft. In the right hand, the club is gripped in the fingers. When we close it down, you'll find that the little finger of the right hand is overlapping the index finger of the left hand. Once again, the thumb and the forefinger in the right hand are also very compact. That's your golf grip. Remember, the sole purpose of the hands is to hang onto the golf club. There's a natural angle in the wrist, and that angle will vary with the lie of the golf club. Also, notice the hands are opposite the club head. Set the club head to the ball, slightly off the ground, with the ball towards the toe of the club head. This assures proper posture and allows for the natural extension of the arms caused by the momentum of the swing. Relax. Don't play golf to relax, but rather relax to play golf. Tension-free. The muscles can relax if the body is in balance throughout the entire swing motion. Balance is important in the starting position. Whenever we see physical movement and it appears to be graceful, it's because the motion is performed in balance. Proud posture is necessary to create proper balance. So in the starting position, from symmetrical, there's two adjustments made. There's the opening of the left foot, which opens the knee and the hip to the target. There's also the opening of the shoulders to accommodate the right hand on the golf club. Now, there's a standard rule that was given to me that the width of the stance had to be the width of the shoulders. However, if I swing with a stance that narrow, I find that I roll to the outside of my left foot. But by widening the stance, the left foot is outside the left shoulder, which enables me to arrive in a final position in proper posture and balance. The finishing position. The body arrives in full height while maintaining the flex in the left knee. The entire body, that's the knees, hips, and chest, are facing the target, with the weight transferred 100% onto the left foot. The hands and wrists are in the same position as they were in the starting position. Notice that I've allowed my arms to recess to give me the time to evaluate my finishing position. A proper finishing position will assure the desired result. Involuntary motion. If the hands and wrists are passive during the loading process, the right elbow will fold. Although the hands are passive, the wrists do cock as a result of the mass of the club being put into motion by the transfer of weight while loading. The momentum of the mass causes the wrists to cock. When the club changes direction as a result of the weight transfer to the finishing position, the wrists are put into a maximum cocked position. At impact, there is full extension of the arms, and the hands and wrists return to their natural position. In the unloading process, the right elbow will return to an extended form at impact. The left elbow will fold midway en route to the finishing position, and the right elbow will also fold at the completion of the swing motion. The only part of the entire body which does not change location during the swing motion is the big toe of the left foot. All other parts are in motion. There are three factors which determine a golf shot: distance, direction, and trajectory. Distance is a result of the club head speed. It is simply a matter of the pace at which we transfer weight, which is going to determine momentum, resulting in distance. Mass times velocity equals momentum, and momentum plus the loft of the club determines distance and trajectory. Your direction is a result of the plane being the path on which the club head is traveling, and that plane is controlled by the alignment in relationship to the target. Trajectory is a matter of the angle at which the club face strikes the ball. If the hands are passive, the blade angle will be maintained throughout the swing. To control these three factors consistently, balance must be maintained and the arc of the swing maximized. The arc, which is the outer perimeter of the plane, is a result of your elevation throughout the swing and the arm extension. The weight transfer causes velocity, which combined with the mass of the club, creates a centrifugal force that pulls the arms to their maximum extension. Balance is the key. Never do anything at the expense of balance. If you can maintain balance throughout the swing, consistency will be achieved. The swing is the same for all clubs. However, there are three variables in the starting position, and these all relate to the makeup of the golf club relative to the shaft length. Each club is designed so that the butt end of the grip remains the same distance from the ground. The variables are: the longer the club, the greater the distance between the ball and the body. The longer the club, the wider the stance. And there is an accommodation made in the wrists to fit the lie of the club. These variables determine the involuntary change in the pitch of the plane. The longer the club, the flatter the pitch. The shorter the club, the steeper the pitch. Now that we've looked at the parts, let's take a look at the sequence of motion, and we'll start with the evaluation of the starting position. Starting with the stance, the right foot and the club face will be at right angles to the target. The left foot is somewhat open to the target. The alignment through the heels goes directly to the target. We want to take a look at our posture. You'll have a natural flex in the legs, a slight bend from the waist to allow the arms to hang in a natural extension. We have the formation of the grip, and basically what we want is the hands opposing in a nice compact grip with the hands opposite the club head. The waggle is a movement and readiness to activate the swing motion. It's a tension release. Make sure the waggle is in the same plane as the swing. When you look at the loading of the golf swing, it may appear that the club head is traveling first, followed by the hands, the shoulders, hips, knees, and finally the left foot. In reality, everything is moving in unison. It just so happens that the club head is traveling a greater distance than the hands, the shoulders, the hips, the knees, and the left foot. Everything is moving in unison. However, when we get to the unloading, there is an absolute sequence. The only reason the club head is changing direction is because of the golfer's intent to transfer weight to the finishing position. So the sequence is, the first thing to stabilize is the left foot, then the left knee, then the hips, shoulders, arms, hands, and finally the club head. The finish is a position of full height with the entire body facing the target, totally in balance on the left foot. Hands and wrists have remained passive, which allows you to maintain the blade angle throughout the swing. Most of you are used to taking a very good look at your starting position, which gives you the chance to create the desired result. The evaluation of the finishing position is just as important. It assures the result. Given a proper starting and finishing position, plus understanding the proper means of connecting them, the individual's flexibility, agility, and balance will determine the physical appearance of the swing motion. Flexibility will determine the length of the arc. Agility will determine the pace. Balance will determine the consistency. We cannot change effectively unless we completely understand what we are attempting to do. With practice and proper supervision, everyone can reach their full individual potential.
travel agent or 1-800-BERMUDA.
Isn't it